undirected team. How's it going, y'all? I am DotSale, the undirected guy. We got to talk about this one team. There's supervillains in this game, this life game that we play every single day. Unlike the one that's in Mario where, you know, Bowser is like a dragon and he's not very audible. We have a human Bowser. Doug Bowser is his name. And he is basically a parallel to the video game Bowser because he's coming in, creating chaos and basically doing the worst to the people of that are just they're innocent. Us, the gamers, we're just trying to just live normal lives and just be able to play our games. But he introduced something called variable pricing, and this is a meme to me already. Variable pricing. We're gonna get right into it, but first I gotta power up for this one because we're going at Bowser right now. I gotta get my star power going. Let's get to it, team. Let's get to it right now. And this is our enemy right here. And we're actually gonna go and look at what he had to say real quick before we get into the video. And we're just gonna scroll down right here and we're gonna look at this post right here. And this is the money shot right here, all right? What you see, this is a quote from Bowser himself. What you see right here is variable pricing. Bowser told the Washington Post, we'll look at each game. Really look at the development that's gone into the game. The breadth, which means the measurement, and the depth of the gameplay, if you will. The durability over time and the repeatability of the gameplay experiences. This is insane, okay? Like, the only way that this doesn't work when you talk about playability, repeatability, and durability is if you're talking about literally sports games, and that's it. Like, nobody on the planet right now is playing Madden 15, all right? You might go back sports games maybe 2 to 3 years, and then even then you got to go in there and update your rosters manually and do all that stuff. Those are the only games that don't have playability over time. I don't care what game it is. If it's not a sports game, it's always going to be able to be played down the line. That's why we run emulators of NES games, Sega games, PlayStation 1 games. They all have playability. The only games that we don't run that are retro games are sports games. That's it. And even then, we might play NBA Jam or something like that. All right, let's get into his actual interview right here. All right. And we are going to watch this. I have all the highlighted parts that I'm going to talk about. If you want to watch the whole interview, CNBC has it. They're a very large channel, very easy to find. And you can find this interview, but we're going to break it down just on the topics we want to talk about. Let's get to it right now at 2 minutes where he talks about price and he dodges the question, it seems.
Original Switch was. Can you talk a little bit about why we're seeing such a big price increase versus the previous generation?
So I think it boils down to a couple of things. First of all, the hardware unit itself, which has a lot of improved features, from some of the things I talked about earlier with the Joy-Con 2, also to the LCD screen that is much larger and much deeper and richer. And then there's the CPU and GPU processing power that allows for much deeper game development. And I think an ability to bring even more developers onto the platform. And then laid on top of that is the social features that we haven't talked about. But Game Chat is this unique feature that lays on top of any game that you play. With the push of one button, seamlessly you can connect with your friends. You can chat with them via audio, or with 4 of them, you can have them on a video camera and have this opportunity to interact and talk about the games you're playing.
Now we're sitting.
All right, so we got to talk about this one. He talked about the price. And I'll just go to the last part and we'll talk about the game chat feature, which is just completely insane on a lot of different levels of why that the price should be baked into it, basically. I feel like the game chat feature by itself should be baked into the price. Nintendo did decide to add a dedicated button that you have to pay for. All right. So the C button is a paid button. It's a physical paid button that you have on your Switch that you're going to have to pay for in perpetuity for the rest of your Switch's lifespan. So let's say you got your Switch 20 years from now. I mean, I have a PlayStation Vita over there right now that I'm actually looking at out of the camera view, or out of the frame, I should say. And, you know, I could pick it up and play it, right? You think about the Switch 20 years from now, is the C button even going to be anything useful at that time? And also, do we know if we can remap the C button? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to want to use the game chat feature very often. So I think I could put better use to that C button. Let's see what else we got. We're going to go to 3 minutes and we're going to continue to talk about this. Let's go right here. What are we talking about here? Oh, he's going to dodge the price.
You and so many other executives are pulling their hair out, trying to figure out, how do I price my products? How does that come into play as you're deciding how to price the Switch 2 here in the United States?
Yeah. As we price the Switch 2, the price we announced today of $449 for the single SKU, we didn't consider tariffs into that equation. We felt that was going to be the right price point for our consumers and the right value proposition, if you will, for the device that we're creating. A lot of news today. We're still all trying to really understand it better and understand what possible impacts, may rise from that. But nothing I could really add to, today's discussion around pricing.
What do you mean?
Yo, this is what he did with that question. He dodged it all. He said nothing. He talked and really said nothing. He added no value whatsoever. I don't know what he's talking about, and I don't even have a response to it because he didn't respond to it. We're going to move on. Let's go to 510. He's going to talk about the Mario Kart pricing, and this is one of the more controversial points of this all. We got to see what's going on.
Consumers see that value, and that we're always providing them with new gameplay experiences and other experiences that'll keep them engaged on the platform.
Now, let's talk about the games.
Yeah.
Behind us, we have the new Mario Kart World game going on. Now, I know you're bundling that with the console as a digital download. That it's a $50 add-on. But if you buy the game itself, this got a lot of attention. I don't know if you've seen. $80, that's a lot for a game. I know it's typically not what Nintendo charges. And then we look at the Donkey Kong game that's coming out about a month later. It's $70. Can you talk a little bit about how the gaming pricing strategy is $80 kind of the benchmark for a AAA game from Nintendo? What should we be expecting in the Switch 2 generation as far as how much we're going to be spending on these games?
Yeah, I would say that we're not really looking to establish a benchmark for pricing. We look at every game and every experience and determine what we believe is the right price point based on that experience. You've had a chance to play Mario Kart World and see how deeply immersive it is and how fun it is. And we haven't shown everything yet. We still have a Mario Kart World Direct that'll be coming that'll show even the deeper feature set. So we believe, based on the depth and breadth of the play and the repeatability of the play over time, the pricing that we announced is the right pricing. But again, other games like you mentioned, Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's going to be at a $70 price point because that is what we feel is the right price point for that particular gaming experience.
So there's no standard price, basically.
There's no standard price.
What about for third-party titles? Is that kind of up to the developer?
That's exactly right. It's really their choice based, again, on the type of gameplay experience that they're bringing.
Let's talk about supply.
Wow. Oh.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
What did he just say? I'm so confused at the nonsense this guy is spewing out right now. It's completely insane. And, my thing about this is really just like, the variable price. So there's no standard on the price. So if that's the case, then we should be able to have the opposite effect. Some games are so terrible, you should actually pay us to play them. No? Let's use a game that has laggy, bad, different types of issues with it, with the frame rates, especially on the original Switch. And now, the new Switch 2, I guess, will be a lot better, 120 hertz. But the old Switch, games like Pokemon, Arceus, what's the other one? Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. They experienced a lot of frame dips. So with those games, what was your justification on charging $70 for those games on your old outdated hardware? Shouldn't those games technically cost like $10 because they have all these different issues with them? I mean, let's talk about what was it? Do y'all remember Mortal Kombat? They put Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch and it was just completely awful. And they asked for, I think it was $59.99 at the time. That game should have been negative $59.99. It was awful. I mean, literally unplayable. It was unplayable. Go and look at Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch and just have yourself some fun. Go down the rabbit hole that is that game, and you'll realize exactly what I'm talking about. So, for him to say that it's variable, there's no ceiling on what they are going to charge, and they're just leaving it open. He's going based off his feelings. It's how he feels. There's no tangible ways to actually benchmark these games. And at the end of the day, a game is a game. So if you're going to have hierarchy in the games, then you're kind of like a clothing brand like Balenciaga. It's the same exact clothes as literally this black t-shirt right here. This black t-shirt might cost me $15. If I just literally put Louis Vuitton across it, this same $20 t-shirt, exactly the same, just the words Louis Vuitton, just pressed on here, shoots this t-shirt up to $250. So are we paying? So basically what he's saying is that Donkey Kong is not a big of a name as Mario. So Donkey Kong and Mario basically have the same engine, it looks like. Like you could probably take Donkey Kong out of that game and replace Mario in there and maybe take out a couple of the features like him being super strong and be able to grab rock out the ground and stuff like that. You could replace those two, and then at that point, you would have a Mario game. But for that game, it would be $90 because you're paying just for the Mario logo. Like Nintendo is on a whole different level in the way that they are moving right now. And it's completely insane to me. We'll go to 725 and see what we got here.
We're going to be meeting with our retail partners, and our retail partners will have their own pre-order programs. So our goal is to meet the demand that's going to be out there for Nintendo Switch 2.
Do you think you can?
Well, it remains to be seen. Yeah. That certainly is our goal.
It's not going to be a Wii 1 situation where years of supply constraints, or the PlayStation 5 years of supply constraints. No COVID to deal with now, so
that's correct.
That's
correct. And we've had some time to build up inventories on a global basis. Okay. So we really do hope we can meet that. So these are ready to ship. They're ready to go. They're even landed already in some in the United States. Yes.
Oh wow! So now people are going to go hunting for warehouses, I think, for these things. I want to talk about.
Hey team, we're gonna need to get a crew together, and we're gonna have to do this like Ocean's 11. All right, we're gonna have to figure out where these Switch systems are at, and we need to go and grab those Switch consoles and get them out to the people for free. All right, that's what we need to do. Let's go out here and now we're not making them to make profit. We're not gonna scalp them like the guys over on eBay are doing in Australia and UK and Canada right now. They're getting their pre-orders in before America, and now they're out here selling them at, possibly double the price. No, we're not doing that. We are going to get these consoles and we're going to give them out to people in need. Yes. You're probably saying, well, it's a video game. Nobody needs it. Yes, they do. That's why we're going through all this, because we need this. And it hurts. The way he's treating us. It's so painful. It's so painful. Why are you doing this to me, Bowser? All right, last part. Where we got 15. I'll say 1505. All right, yeah, we're gonna go 1505.
Into those games. We've also announced that with the launch of Nintendo Switch 2, we're going to be taking some of the most popular games that were on Nintendo Switch, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and offering Nintendo Switch 2 editions, so abilities to up-res the gameplay, to have more features available, and those will be given for free through the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pass subscription. Use it for free through the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pass. Those will be given for free through the...
Those will be given for free on an expansion.
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
Bro, come on, Bowser. It's not free. If it was free, you know what? I'll tell you why it's not free. I've got a Zelda cart over there. I actually got both. I got Tears of the Kingdom and I got the Breath of the Wild. I got both carts over there. Now, if I was to purchase the Switch 2, okay, and I didn't have NSO, your Nintendo Switch Online service that I have to pay for, I forgot what it is. What is it, like $70? I don't even know. I got the expansion pack one. I think it's $60. It's $20 for the regular one, $60. Y'all remember. I don't even know. But let's say, for instance, the people that don't have it. So I put my card in and I connect to the internet without your NSO, and I want to upgrade to play the game at the enhanced game. It's not going to work. I thought you said it was free. Oh, wait. He's saying you want to get it for free? First, get the NSO package for $60, then it'll be free. But if you don't have the NSO package, but you just have the game that you paid full price for, by the way, well, you can't play it.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect.
That's what Bowser's saying to all of us. This is crazy, team. I'm just going light right now. I'm going to come back with another follow-up to this because there's so much that we got to cover on this one, and it's just completely insane. We are going to go to undirected perspective, and we're going to go dark for this one. And the reason that we're going to go dark is because there's nothing good about this. We are in Bowser's castle. We are in his lair right now, and we're trying to fight through his castle to get to him, to defeat him, and get 3 hits and take him out permanently so we can get past all of this tyranny that he's doing to the people. He's literally holding us hostage. And we just want our queen back. So it's time for us to power up and run through this level and face Bowser head on. We got to do this, team. And after that, we will win the game. But until then, we're going to figure out a strategy to get through this. I'm out of here. I'm going to go and look at the map. I'm going to go set up a strategy, and I'm going to come back with a way that we can defeat Bowser and all his minions that are out here destroying our world that we love so much. Till next time, team.